Okay. Let me set everything up. It's mic on. What's up, Latoya? How you doing? Can you? Can you hear me now? No sound. Oh, all right. Hold on. Let me see. One second. Let me see what I'm doing. Okay. You can hear me now? Okay, yeah, I didn't have an app on. I'm sorry. So everybody can hear me. You guys can hear me. Okay, yeah, I don't want to touch that. All this equipment is new. My desktop. Okay. All right, Rhonda, Angela, my desktop, everything is new. Only thing I don't have is my stock market Steve thing back there on the light, because that got destroyed too as well. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing, audio, because I don't know sign language. I'll be like, yo, what is this dude up here doing tonight? But yeah, we got 28 people in here, man. Do me a favor and hit that like button, man, please. Yeah, but yeah, it was killing me not being on here. Y'all seen the video I just did about all that stuff them police was doing in East Cleveland? Man, so that somebody sent me that as soon as it came out. And I'm like, man, I can't get on. But tomorrow I'm gonna catch up. I might drop 10 videos that I've been trying to do. Because I got a couple of videos that's real crazy, man. You know? But yeah, I'm gonna wait about 5 more minutes and let the room fill up, because I don't want to start these stories and then people will be like, because like last time they were like, oh, we didn't have a chance to see it. And I was like, yeah, Latoya, the police acting crazy. But you know what though? Honestly, seeing that, in fact, I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. I didn't say this in the video. When I called the police after somebody tore my house up, right? I called the police. The police came over here. It was one cop, skinny cop, young guy. He came first. He's the one I just talked about in the video with all that shit on him. Then a fat cop came with him like about 20 minutes later. I guess it's backup. The cop is looking at me and I'm talking. I guess the way I'm moving and acting, he's looking at me and like I keep looking at him and he's like, I know your face. And I'm like, you don't know my face. He's like, no, I know your face. Like, he was like, you famous? I was like, no, I'm not thinking about anything. Yo, this dude was like, hold on for a second. And you know, they have cell phones. I'm thinking like, I know I ain't got no warrants. I don't do nothing. So he get on the cell phone and he walk off. Right now, I stay on the 3rd floor of my apartment complex, and you can walk from building to building through a little walkway. He walks off that way. He comes back and he taps me. He gives me the phone. He said, "It's my wife." Do you know his wife knew who I was? And the other cop was talking to the other guy and telling him who I was. That's crazy that they knew who I was from my videos. He was like, "Man, my wife look at your stuff." He said, "I look at it sometimes." He said, "You be saying some crazy stuff about the police, but I mean, it's fitting with the videos that you do show." He said, "But my wife loved you to death, man." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought they was going to give me the business in the back. I was like, "I don't know." But yeah, that was strange. Like, I called the cops and one of them recognized me from my video. So I mean, I must be doing something, you know? Yeah, it was bad, Andrea, how they beat them people. Man, the one that made me mad was when they hit the Spanish guy. They hit him with the SUV. Did you see how fast that SUV was going when it turned the corner and hit him? It's not funny, but did you see how he flew over the top? They said he broke his pelvis. Now, I forgot to put the link in the description box. I'll do that where they show it in slow motion. They show a lot of stuff, and it's real graphic. Make you mad, man, you know? But yeah, I didn't like that. But like, yeah, like the cop recognized me. And I was like, man, I didn't know people was watching the videos like that. I mean, my community watches the videos. What y'all think about the new name? You like the new name? Because everybody's asking me about the stock market now, and I really don't cover the stock market that much. So what I'm going to do tomorrow, Stock Market Steve will be in another channel, and I'll build that channel up with, you know, my banner and stuff, and then I'll direct you guys that are interested to go subscribe over there, and then I'll do stock market videos in between, and I'll load daily there too, so it'll help people that are interested in getting into the stock market. Yeah, the police thing is crazy, Whitney. That's bad. That happens a lot, though. That happens a whole lot. I mean, it's if I was the people in East Cleveland, right? I would have a demonstrated march, right? But I would organize it where nobody else knew. And I would just have all races of people just go down there and just surround the police station where they can't even do no police work or nothing. Just get in the fucking way. We're not taking this no more. You know, there's different ways of protesting, but I just think, or shut down City Hall, or everybody for like the next 5 days don't work. I mean, it's hard to say that. I mean, people need money, but don't work. You know how much money the city lose? Just shut the city down. Yeah, dynamic reason. I like that, man. I was thinking about, I'm like, I don't want to say nothing because I had a name. I tried to start a YouTube channel like a couple of years ago, and I ran it for like 3 months. I had like 300 subscribers. And I was like, yeah, I'm changing my name. I was trying to figure out the post. And somebody was like, yo, that's a good name. I'm going to take that name. And he took the name. I couldn't even do it. I was like, oh, man. So I kept the name secret. A couple of people that I talked to, you know, multiple times, you know, during the day, because I've met some nice people that are in Memphis that, you know, are handling business for me. And, you know, we've become very good friends. And they're handling a lot of the stuff for me. And I'm just, you know, helping them out financially. But yeah, that was a good name. It's a good name. Virgo Queen, what up? I see you. You sent me a nice message, Virgo Queen. Virgo Queen had me hyped. She was like, yo, Steve, you need to come back, man. Stop playing. So I had to drive up to Amazon and go get the stuff. I was around here like an expected father, man. I was waiting for this light to come. Because like I was going to shoot it yesterday to let you guys know what a ring light looks like. Because a lot of people say, hey, why don't I get a ring light? A ring light is not going to give you this color like this. You know, this light here is about this wide, and it's $113. So the price of 2 ring lights, this thing light the whole room up. You know, Pauline Taylor, they never knew who you was, and their counterparts, probably the ones who trashed your part. No, it wasn't. They didn't trash my apartment. I know who it was. It was somebody close to me. So, I mean, I'm not going to say who it was, but it was somebody really close to me, a family member. So, we'll leave it at that. So, Miss Ivy 2, what up? Good evening. All right, listen, it's 10 o'clock. 10 minutes in. Y'all ready for these stories or what? Y'all ready? because I told you at 10 o'clock, we're going to jump in these stories. Now, I got 2 stories for y'all tonight. Now, these stories I tell you are absolutely true. And this is something that happened to me. Now, they all have lessons in them, but it's funny. Now, you guys that have been in the live stream before, you know I curse. I don't have the normal etiquette. I am acting like I act in, I'm like I am on film. But I say, listen, I'm from Camden, New Jersey. I don't know if you guys know. When I say the word bitch or anything like that, it's how I was thinking. This story right here, one of these stories, I was 20 years old. And the other story, I was like 30, I guess. So my mentality is different now. But listen, this is the first story. The first story we're going to talk about is, I got to make these names up. The first story we'll call the one-eyed Genie. And we talk about dating apps and stuff like that. Ooh, let me pull this thing down. We talk about dating apps and all this. This is when dating apps was huge. So MySpace, I know a lot of you guys remember MySpace. MySpace was an app where you could meet friends and connect. Everybody used MySpace for the hookup app or a dating app to find love. So one day I'm on MySpace and you're getting these friend requests. And I think if I can stop, leave it cool and chill. Let me do the story first. Don't laugh yet. And I remember when MySpace came out, they used to have this thing where, like, I think it was like whoever was the first person as your friend, that was like your best friend, or like you put your girl there or whatever. So my MySpace had like 50 people on it, right? That was huge back then. A lot of pretty girls would have 300 or 400 people on. So, but anyway, one day I'm on there and I see this picture of this lady that says, hey, she wants to be my friend. Now she's an older woman, and I'm gonna say about 5 to 10 years older than me, but she is attractive. And we always fall for that. They're attractive. And she started wearing, this was like, this story happened around around 2004. So this happened in 2004 before I came out here. So I'm such and such, this and that. Now I have this thing where I like older women. And the only reason why I like older women, it's not anything special about them. It's just the way I was raised by older people. Like my grandfather was 48 years old when I was born, and I was raised my whole life with him. And he was married and he has old school values. That's why I act the way I do. And a lot of women I meet are not on my level, or they're attracted to me, but it's like, I can't really, it's a disconnect. So anyway, this lady's about 5 or 10 years older than me. I'm gonna say around close to 10 years older than me. She's attractive. She's mature. I'm talking. She senses that chemistry, everything building up. I talked to this lady. I met her on a Tuesday. Now, back in the day, y'all know on a dating app, things happen fast, quick. So all of a sudden, come Friday, she like in love. I'm like, yeah, baby, yeah, talking to goofiness, right? So she like, yeah, I'm a professional Black woman, and the bullshit. Sometimes they be saying, oh, I got my own stuff. I got this, I got that, right? So I'm like, okay. So during this time, I had just got out of prison. So I was big, you know what I'm saying? And I was still desensitized. Like I was trying to come out and like go back to order, you know what I'm saying? Well, I don't really call it readjust to society and stuff. So this is the first girl I'm meeting. So she's like, Saturday night, let's go out. So I'm like, okay, we can go out. We can do something, right? Saturday night comes, she cancels. Oh, something happens, this and that. So we start talking going into the next week. Now, going into the next week, all of a sudden, we're just exchanging pictures and stuff like that and really talking and getting deep and getting into a routine. Ladies, you know how it is. You be talking to these men and all of a sudden, they become a part of your routine. You might call them in the morning on the way to work. You might get the good morning text. You might have a pillow talk at night before you go to sleep. You hang up. No, you hang up. You know the bullshit we used to do. But check it out. Now we really into it. She's sending me all these pictures. And guys, she looked good. She looked good. I'm like, damn, she got a body. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Just like last week, I fell for the BS. She's like, yo, now I don't have no car when I got up. And I'm gonna tell you the kind of person I am. I'm real weird. If I don't have my own car, my own house, or anything like that, I don't want to deal with no woman because, it doesn't look right as a man. I got to get my own stuff. I can't be the king of a house that a woman owns. I can't come in there and run that and all that stuff. I'll always be the queen's husband. If you guys understand what I'm saying. But anyway, she comes and gets me. She's like, I'm coming to get you tonight. So I dress up and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go out. And she like, you know, she real like talking like she eclectic, like, yeah, I'll be doing spoken word. I'm into the poems. I'm like, okay, you about something. Yo, she came and picked me up. And the reason why I said I had just got out of prison, I had to live with my mom because I had just got off of probation. I was just trying to get a job and all this stuff. You know, this is just. What's going on, Sapphire Blue? So anyway, right? Next thing you know, right? She picks me up. So my mom was like, yo, Steve, you ain't been out here for a while. Be careful. People are crazy. They're not like it was for you went in. These women is crazy. I don't want no woman coming to my house. I'm like, okay. And then my mom, like my sister, so she ain't on that parenting type stuff. Plus, you know I'm responsible. So she like, yo, I don't want the girl coming to my house because I don't know if she's crazy or not. I'm like, back, right? So next thing you know, right? It's a Popeyes across the highway and this little walkway bridge, like you know it is on the highway, like it's like a bridge people could walk over and they got a fence over it. That's where it was in my mom's house in Jersey. So I go out the backyard and I go a little like through this back alleyway and then I go down the street and I go to the thing and the Popeyes right there. So I go to the Popeyes, right? I'm standing out there. It's wintertime. She told me, she was like, yeah, I drive a BMW. You know what I'm saying? Oh, sweetie, you ain't got to worry about, I ain't got to worry about money. And I'm saying to myself, okay. She pulled up, right? When she pulled up, it was two other people in the back seat. And I said, what the hell? So I'm standing there and I'm looking at the car, but we in the middle of the parking lot. And I don't know why I was thinking about that movie, Menace to Society, when dude ran and like they shot him in the back, right? When they was killing the guys at the end, getting the guys some payback for the cousin. And they was running in the parking lot. The dude was getting shot in the back. I'm like, that's about to happen to me. I don't know why I thought that. I just thought it. But check it out. Listen. This lady, she pulls up. She like, yo, come on. But I see the silhouette. I know the hair because I mean, she wore her hair like in the pictures. So she like, hey, come on. So I'm like, who the fuck is these people in the back? You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to not be institutionalized no more. I don't want nobody sitting behind me. I got in the car. First of all, let me explain this. When I got to the car, it was a Mercedes-Benz, right? No, it wasn't a Lyft or Uber. But listen, when I got to the car, it was a Mercedes-Benz. Just like she said. But it was one of them old-ass Mercedes. Like, it was like a 300. Like, it was tiny. And it was raggedy. She said it was a convertible. It had gray Scotch. I mean, what's that duct tape? The gray shit you put on the water heater? It had that on different parts of the thing where, like, it was slashed and she taped it with duct tape. I walked up. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, at least she looked good. I get in the car. It's a convertible, but it's a small BMW. So the seats in the back was like this. So it's two people sitting there. When I get in the car, I sit down in the car and I said, hey. She like, hey. She turned. She had a fucking eye patch on like Slick Rick. She was like, hey. And it was bedazzled. It had like, she just looked like a pirate fairy or something. That shit had glitter all on it and shit. She was like, what's up? And she didn't, the picture she took, I don't mean to get mad, but oh shit. The picture, listen, has this ever happened to y'all? I mean, I'm the king of catfish. This shit always happens to me. Listen, the picture she took, right, was her daughter. The lady told me, I got out of jail, I was 30 years old. This lady was 46 when she got in the car. And she was a rough 46. Like she just dove off some cement steps and just went down like multiple times a year. Her teeth was like this. You know the teeth that like stick out like you know the teeth like that, and like you could take a bottle cap and just pop and fizz. You know what I'm saying? Like, who? Oh God! Listen. She was like, hey, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, hey. And I know my face gave it away like, damn, what the fuck happened to you? That ain't the kicker though. So I said, hey, she's like, hey, what's up? She went in to hug me, right? When she went in to hug me and I went to hug her, she had like breadcrumbs in her hair and shit. I was like, so when I hugged her, I looked in the back. I swear to God. Now these are black folk. I swear to God. When I looked in the back, she had 2 children. One was 17. They were girls. One was 17 and the other one was 15. The one that was 15, right, sat behind me. She had her hair shaved off bald like she was a cancer patient. You know those piercings in your mouth, right? Now, back in the day, black people didn't get that shit. She had the piercing where it was a spike right here, but it was like an ivory bone. And it came down and it hooked out. It was like long. It was like through her lip and it came out about like that. Like a headhunter or some shit. And she was sitting back there like this, just looking at me. And she had on black eyeliner. And then she had like, it was like almost like, remember the movie Dead Presidents when they had their face painted black? I mean, white with the black circles around their eyes. She had just the black circles around her eyes. And they was just sitting there looking straight. The girl across from her was the 17-year-old. I swear for God, your word is bond. Check this out. Remember the rock group Kiss? You know the one that's the kid, that's the cat, the tiger with the cat nose and the white face, and the thing, she had the exact face from Kiss. She had it on her face. It was December. It wasn't Halloween. So these motherfuckers really look like that. Why would you bring them with me? Like I told you before, my dick was so soft, like undateable. I got in the car, I'm sitting there, and look how bad it was. When I hugged her, and I looked back there and seen the one girl, I was like, the hell? And then I looked over there, it was like a double. I was like what the hell is that? Like, I didn't know it was a girl. And he was just sitting there. I said it like it was a thing. It was just sitting there. Hey, hit the like button, man. There's 62 people in here. So listen, right? And they're just staring at me like, now think about this. You see black folk, listen, I swear to God, it was like the movie The Warriors. Remember the baseball bat team and shit? That's what I thought that was. They was just sitting back there mean mugging like, I'm like, what kind of black folks is these? Look at the kid. Oh, them just my daughters. You know, we're going to drop them off. All you heard was the girl in the back. I want to eat too. Y'all ain't eat? Nah, let's go eat. Well, this her. I was thinking we was going to eat around here because she lived far from me in another neighborhood. Like nobody know me. She's like, I thought we was going to eat. Let's eat around here. I mean, it's a nice area. Let's eat around here. Where can we go, baby? I was like, yo, I said, this is a spot down the street. Now, I don't know if y'all from Jersey. It's Camden, then it's Pensacola, that's where my mom was living. And then it's 10 miles up the road, Cinnamon. I don't know nobody out there. They don't even have sidewalks out there. We go out there. So they had a Chinese buffet. Now, ladies, I'm going to tell you something. If a man take you to the Chinese buffet on the first date, you run immediately. That means he have no money. And if he take you on Chinese buffet, that's the least of your worries. You might have to walk home. You know what I'm saying? If a guy take you somewhere, now I ain't had a car, so I was like, I'm going to pay. I tried to do something. You know what I'm saying? Let me explain this, Andrea. This is why I didn't run for my life. When I got in the car and hugged her, and she was like, we'll get something to eat. The car was already in reverse. I was so stuck on this chick looking like lying off Thundercats and shit. And she's black. Who does that? No niggas do that shit. And I'm like, I keep looking in the mirror and I'm laughing and telling jokes, but I'm sending them far away from me because I don't want nobody to see me with this shit. Because around my way, you know how it is in the hood. People crack on you. You can't fall on the street or nothing. They'll ride you forever. There ain't nobody gonna see me caught with this masquerade party. You know what I'm saying? So look, we leave. We driving. I keep looking out the window. I don't even want to look at her. Right? We get down the road. I'm like, that's the buffet right there. I take it to the buffet. Right? We get to the buffet. Oh, I forgot to tell you. The reason why I called her the one-eyed genie. When we got to the parking lot, she was like, it's kind of cold out. And I usually don't wear my hair. I just wanted you to see how it looked. This is how I usually walk around. Let me put this on. This was before the Jiffy Pops. This is what the old ladies used to wear in church. Y'all remember them turbans? Y'all remember them turbans? She had the turban on with the thing in the front, and then it had the nerve to have a scarab bead on it like she was Egyptian. I saw that shit. I was like, oh, it's always happening to me. What the fuck is this? Yo, she put that shit on and had another look in the mirror and then do a head like this. I said, what, you making a motherfucking wish? Because if that's the case, you can poof my ass back on the goddamn couch. The Eagles come on tomorrow. I ain't got to deal with this shit. And I'm like, yo, I know this lady ain't been on no dates. Ain't nobody even gonna be seen with it. And it's not bad. Everybody deserves love. Don't get me wrong. But this is a bad impression to come off on a younger guy that you know you're like a little bit in a generation above, and you want to look like you, quote unquote, hip or you down. Man, look. Liberation, no one care about Eagles. Listen, my heart was beating so fast because I didn't want to go in a restaurant. My heart was beating. Now, I'm one of them people where when I get embarrassed or like if I start, there wasn't, I don't know if it's called a panic attack now, but I don't know if you guys have went through this, where you start to get hot, like you start to get flushed and like you start to sweat right here because you're embarrassed. You don't know what's going to happen. I started doing that when she did this. You think I should leave this on or take it off? She took it off, right? And she had the turban on, so she took it off and she went around the turban. It was a real eye patch. And I seen the back of it had like a pad on it. She turned her face and looked at me. She had one of those, I don't know, what is it called? Like when your sugar's bad or something and one of your eyes swell up. So her eye was like popped out. I mean, and when I say popped out, it was like, you know, like on cartoons when somebody get hit in the back of the head and they shits come out. It was like her shit, it was just out. And she was like, it don't look that bad tonight. It's usually more swollen than this. I was like, oh my God. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. She was like, I think I'm gonna keep it off. I was like, no, I said, I like that. So she getting out the car. I grabs her. Hey, listen, I ain't lying. I ain't never dated nobody with an eye patch. I don't want her to go in there with that shit. Because that shit was straight Hugo Boss. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't want that on. No. My luck, I see somebody I know. That'd be bad. I said, listen, do me a favor. This is our first date. We might want to take pictures on our phone. I'm not lying. I ain't never dated nobody with an eye. I'm shooting it, y'all. I'm lying. With an eye patch. And I was like, yo, that shit is sexy. And I'm like, yo, you more than I thought you was. I'm feeling you. Put that on, girl. Don't be ashamed. Rock it out. Let's go in there and rock out with our cocks out. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing with her. She like, you right. You right. She put that shit on. I was smiling like, she turned her head. I was like, we get out the car. Now, y'all know how this is. You get out the car. You ain't feeling the person you with. You try to walk a little bit. You know, dudes, we always got that old thing. Let me tie my shoe. I'm like, hold on, let me tie my shoe because I seen her getting closer. And it was like the arm was getting slower and slower coming near me. Like it's like the dreaded arm hook. If it's the arm hook, anybody see the arm hook, they know y'all are item. She was like, it's cold. You're going to keep me warm. And I seen it slowly coming. And you know, people be like, no. I was like, I got to tie my shoe. I started going down. She was like, it's already tied. And she pulled me back up. I was like, what the fuck is this? She grabbed me. We walking. She's holding me hard. The titty was cold. I didn't want it on me. I was like, shit. Get to the door, right? We got about 5 feet from the door. I ran away from her arm. And I grabbed the door. Because I'm looking at people in there. Nobody see me. I opened the door. After you. So she goes in there. Now, Kiss and the Voodoo Child, they went in there already. You know what I'm saying? They go and sit down. My luck is crowded. So we go in there, and I'm looking around, but I'm standing next to him, but I'm trying to act like I'm just by myself. You know, like you with somebody, but you act like I'm looking around. This her with the eye patch on my shoulder over here. It's been a rough. As soon as she went to lean on me, I was like, so she like, And then she looked at me like, what are you doing? I was like, what was that? I started looking at the back of the door like, what? You saw that? That was a bug or something. I ain't want to roll me at all. Don't touch me. I'm mad. You misrepresented yourself. You ain't look like none of them pictures. But this the kick. I'm looking at the pictures, right? And as I'm looking at the pictures, guys, check this out. Some of the pictures she sent me was her daughter. Some of the pictures she sent me was her daughter. Her daughter was a pretty girl without that fucking cat shit on her face. But I'm like, why would you take a 17-house picture and put it up? Because when she had got, like, we went, now hold. We'll go to that's one part. But let me go to this. You know, shit be coming back to me. This is years ago. They go and see this. Now it's packed. So, you know, a lot of people went to booth. Everybody wants to booth, right? So I look around. I don't see anybody I know. We'll eat real quick. You can go. It's the first date. I'm trying to act like I'm the chick. Oh, the first date, I won't kiss or nothing like that. So I'm trying to eat and go home. I paid for it so she can't get mad if I ghost her, which I was going to do. So all of a sudden, they see this. Now I'm going to show you some ignorant shit. They said, we got limited seats. We're going to seat y'all according to how y'all come in, right? So they like, come on, y'all. So we go. They seat us in the middle, so it's like 4 chairs. So we all got to sit there. Now I'm uncomfortable sitting with these people, right? It's just me. I'm uncomfortable with this whole scenario. All of a sudden, they sit us down. I'm like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I go to the bathroom to wash my hands because when I go to these buffets, if I have a taste for that, I'll wash my hands and make sure, because you know everybody be touching spoons. So I go to the bathroom. I go in the bathroom. I'm like Smokey. When the girl got up the car, he started kicking and doing all that because nobody was in there. I was like, damn. And I'm doing all like this, right? As I'm doing that, I go to wash my hands. I hear somebody like, yo, Steve? Yo, what's up, dude? They're like, yo, that is Steve. 2 dudes I went to school with was in there. They said, yo, man, you real big. Where you was at? I said, oh, I just been working out. I ain't want to tell them I was locked up. Nothing. So next thing you know, right? All of a sudden, let me turn this volume on. I'll hear feedback. All of a sudden, right? I'm like, damn. They said, who you here with? And I'm like, oh, I'm here with some family. And they're like, yeah, we got our girls out there. You sitting with family. We got an extra chick. Come over to the table. We'll introduce her to you. And she got her own whip. She came. She thought my other friend was going to come. You can come and sit with us. I'm like, I said, where they at? He said, look out the door right there. Man, this girl, oh my God, she was fabulous. She looked good. And they said, she's a good girl, Steve. You a good, y'all would make a good match. I'm like, I got to chill with my fam. You know what I'm saying? I go and sit with them. When I go and sit with them, they're already up at the buffet. So I go to the table. The lady asked me what kind of drink I want. I said, give me a lemonade or something. So we all go up there and we're, you know, getting our food. And it was a grand buffet. So it was a lot of different entrees. So I'm walking around. I don't see her. I see the other kids. They're getting their food. People are looking at them because they look fucking stupid. So I'm sitting there. Shit, bro. Listen. She got the tongs. You know, they bring the crab legs out. It's the line of people behind her. And she got the crab legs and she's standing there like this. With the fucking shit on her eye and the turban on her head. She's standing there clicking and bouncing like she's waiting, like she's impatient. So I see her. I don't go over there where she at. I go and sit down first. The other girls put their food down and I guess they're going to go get some dessert. So I'm sitting there, right? And I'm eating. I'm trying to eat quick and then be like, hey, is that my friend over there? I'm going to go say hi. I'm trying to put it down like a Marine, you know, to eat as fast as I can. While I'm doing this, guys, check this out. This is all you hear. Oh my God. Oh, people are ignorant. Jesus, are you serious? I'm eating. I'm not looking up. What the hell are they talking about? Then I hear the lady like, ma'am, you know, Chinese lady, ma'am. No, ma'am. Oh my God, ma'am. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? The one-eyed Genie came to the table. She had 4 buffet plates full of crab legs. She took the whole fucking tray. She had them like this. The crab legs was shit. I'm like, who are you, Harry Belafonte under the sea? What you, the Little Mermaid? Why you need all them crabs around you? Listen. She sat down and the crabs fell off and went in my plate and shit. I'm like, what the hell is that? I don't eat crab legs like that. They fell, right? And I'm like this, like, what the fuck is this? She sits down. The one of the hostess was like, ma'am, you can't take the whole thing. You're not going to eat the whole thing. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Why are you doing this? Am I black because I'm black? And she's sitting there. I'm like, no, because you're mystical. You're a fucking genie. Get back in the fucking lamp and take me to goddamn home. You know what I'm saying? So listen. Now I'm embarrassed because everybody's looking at us again, like the thing last week. And I'm like, yo, next thing you know, she pulls out Ziploc bags. It's a, you know them gallon Ziploc bags? She pulled out 4 of them. She started taking because she had a big purse. She started taking the crab legs and putting them in there. And when I say she was stuffing them, she was like, mm-hmm. And you know that lip smack bullshit? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't play. Be smart. I get these, throw these bad boys in the freezer, take them back out with some garlic and some butter. Lord have mercy. I was like, yeah. And you wonder why you don't have a man. Really? Because this is too much. So check it out. Now, I'm super embarrassed. I look over at my peoples. They were talking. My man, I don't want to say his name. He was like, that's your mom? He's like, that's your mom? I was like, he was like, that's your sister? I was like, and I looked away. 5 minutes later, I looked up. He was still in the same face like, that's your girl. I was like, no. She like, who are you talking to? She turned over and looked up. When she turned over there, everybody was like, you know them people? I said, no. They better mind their damn business. I was like, okay, calm down. It's all right. We're still here. Me and you, we still here, right? So anyway, right? We wind up leaving. Now I'm happy as hell, right? I'm mad because I could have been over there with them. I'm mad because I got to leave with her. So we leave. The crab legs were sticking out of her bag. And she walked out with her head up high, like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, what kind of pride do you have as a person to do that? You know, that food is for everybody. And then this is not funny, but the guy that was behind her standing there, I could only imagine how he was when she took all of the crab legs. That was some disgraceful stuff. And she had one plate when she had the tongs in her hand. So I don't know where she got the other 4. Maybe she just, you know what I'm saying? And they just appeared and shit. But to do that, that's some nasty stuff, man. You know, I mean, come on, you're a grown woman. So I asked her, I said, yo, you been starving before in your life? She's like, no, why you ask? I was like, damn, that's even worse. We get in the car, right? Now I paid for it. They charged me $150 for all. I guess it was like a penalty or something. It came to like $150. First of all, I wasn't supposed to feed, you know what I'm saying, your daughter with the kiss mask on, and I wasn't supposed to feed Voodoo Child. You understand what I'm saying? Who goes on a date with their fucking kids? Oh, I just wanted them to meet you so soon. I could be a killer. And I'm like, I'm the one that's thinking of my life threatened. I'll meet them right now. Like, where's you going? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where are you going? So she like this. Oh, I'm gonna drop them off at the house and then we gonna do us. No. She said that, but she's I'm gonna drop them off at the house real quick. They gotta do something. So now I'm mad because I can't go straight home. Drop them off. Now they live like 30 miles away. So we was out there in the bushes. So we out there, she dropped them off. Yeah, we're gonna drop them off. And then I said, you gonna take me home now? Nah, they was getting up the car. I said, you're gonna take me home now? So I'm getting tired. Oh no, we're gonna drop them off and then we're gonna do us. I said in my head, like, what the fuck we gonna do? Because we done just did everything. That's all I need to see. I don't need to do no more. You know what I'm saying? No, right? This her. I'm thinking about getting the room. I said, for what? You don't want to sleep in your own bed? I'm snarky. I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll make it where like I won't offend you, but I'll say something like, yo, what's wrong with your bed? Oh, I didn't know if you went to spend the night. I said, I don't. I said, I got, now this is what I did to her. When that happened, and she was like, you gonna give me some of that? You fine as hell. I know you got the big D. I said, I know you got the big I. I ain't say that though. I wanted to say it, but keeping it real. Without opening it up and making it obvious and just check your ringtone. I did that and I was like, hello? Are you serious? I'm like, my mom went to the hospital. I gotta go home. It's her. And I shouldn't have said that. I know y'all like, Steve, you bad. You shouldn't have said that. Listen, I was desperate. I had to say anything. Now watch this. We are going home. She's driving me. What hospital is your mom in? I said, I think she's in Cooper downtown. I said, but I got to go home and grab something. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll drive you out there and I'll wait in the waiting room. I'm a good woman. I will support you. Listen, I'm going to tell you something. She was trying to stay with me. We got home. I didn't let her drop me off at the house. It's a Popeyes and then it's a Dairy Queen, right? And I pointed on this side of the highway where I was at. I'm like, he lived down there. So when she dropped me off, she took off, right? And the way she was going, there's no way she would come back this way. She went off on the highway and went down. I started walking slow. I watched her. I ran up the thing and went back. And then I went through the alley and I went over a couple of streets. It was impossible for her to know where I was at. I ghost her after that. I tell my mom the story, my stepdad, we all laughing. Whole week, that's the whole topic. Like, yeah, you'll keep your butt away from them dating sites, won't you? Me, I'm hard-headed. I don't learn nothing. The phone ringing. I ain't answering the phone at all. I know it's her. Because remember, we was boo-loving too hard that them 2 weeks. I was on the phone talking to her. She talking to me. It was like we was a part of each other's life. So now I stopped doing it. Now all of a sudden, she like, oh, why you ghost me or whatever? But I never answered the phone. So Friday comes. No. Wednesday comes. When Wednesday comes, right? Hold up, I'm frozen. Why am I frozen? Okay. Wednesday comes. All of a sudden, the phone rings and I'm waiting for a job interview. Now, so every time she would call, I just wouldn't answer the phone. The house phone rang. I picked the house phone. I answered the house phone and I'm laughing and talking on the phone. And the guy's like, yo, we're going to call you on Friday. We like your resume and we'll call you for an interview on Friday. Can you come in Friday? I'm like, yeah. So I'm really happy now. I don't want to talk to this chick at all. I don't need nothing bringing down my spirit. Right? Now watch this. Friday comes, right? Now, Thursday comes. I'm trying to recall this, guys. Thursday comes, Thursday night. Somebody calls on my cell phone, and my little boy at the time, Stevie, he's like, yo, Dad. Some man's on the phone. I'm like, what guy is calling my cell phone? Dude answers the phone. He like, yo, is this Steve? Real aggressive. I said, yeah, what's up? Hold on. She gets on the phone. Yo, what are you doing? You ghost me? I paid for that dinner. I spent money on you. I said, you spent money on me? I said, hey, listen, calm down. No, I need to see you right now. I'm in love with you. I hung the phone up and threw it. Like, I just stared at it like loving me. So all of a sudden, I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker desperate. Friday come. Right? Now, when Friday comes, right, I get the call around 2:00 in the afternoon. Guy like, you got the job. So I'm talking to him. And he's like, he knows you. Come to find out, one of the foremen was a friend of mine. So I'm laughing and joking and catching up with him on the phone. And I'm loud in the house, laughing. You know, all of a sudden, it's a knock on the door. And it's like the police. So I'm like, what the hell? A knock? I'm like, who is this? Listen, guys, I swear to God. Listen up. I went to the door and stuck my eye through the peephole. When I When I stuck my eye through there, the bad eye she had was in it. She was like, Steve live here? She was talking to the guy, my name is Jose at the time. She like, Steve live here? And I saw the eye. I was like, ooh. And I grabbed my mouth. And then she started knocking because she heard something. I turned into the army man like the dog. Remember I said last week, the dog that was paralyzed from the waist down, he was like the army man. I don't know why I went to the ground on a porch and just laid flat. There's no way she could see me in the room. There's no windows in the little porch. I'm like, and my heart is beating. I'm scared of this woman. And I'm like, how did she find out where I live? Because it's very intricate, the pathways. How did she find out? Say, does Steve live here? And I heard Jose go, no English. Like, Jose looked me out. He was like, no, I know English, right? So next thing you know, right? All of a sudden I was like, where did we go? Oh, I got up and I crawled to the kitchen. When I crawled to the kitchen, our houses are like, they're next to each other, but they're like, it's a double, like my house and another house. And then it's, the pathway to go to our backyards are like that. Then you go back there and the fence, you got to go fence to go in the backyard. I hear this. I'm like, the hell is that? Like the chain link fence. I'm like, I go and peek out the window and look. Here she falling over the chain link fence. Like she's trying to go over it like the fence moving. And she just fell over the fence. Now she's in the yard. Now she's in my territory. I back up. She's walking up to the window. She's looking in the window and bang. I left the kitchen light on. So she's looking in the kitchen, banging, and then she's looking in the kitchen. I'm against the wall near the fridge because like she got there so quick I couldn't move. And thank God, where I was looking at, like this the bad eye. I was over there, right? But I was like right close to her. I think the eye was so big it couldn't pan out. Like she didn't have a panoramic view to like look that way. But like, you know what I'm saying? And she was looking like this eye was moving, but this one was just like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, and I'm sweating. And then she wound up leaving. And I felt so bad about it. And I'm gonna show you how dumb us as men are. I feel bad about it. And I'm like, how did she come to my house? I'm like, okay. I don't know why. She called me one time and I answered the phone. Let me make it up to you. Stupid old me. Sure. This time, I'm gonna pick you up on Friday night. I got a spoken word thing. No. She didn't say something in Philly, and I want to introduce you to some people that are important to me. And I forgot what she said, but it's something that I would have benefited from. And I was like, okay, let's do it. We go. She said, we're going to do it, and I'm going to bring you right back. I swear to God. Over there. And it was somewhere on South Street. I don't know if you guys been to Philly before, but South Street used to be a happening spot. It was like the spot on Saturday nights. Everybody be walking up and down the street. They got music playing. It's a nice spot to be. And like South Street used to be that spot. Yo, we on South Street. She ain't trying to hold me or nothing and touch me. But this motherfucker still dressed like a genie. She had a silver turban on this time with a black scarab bead. I'm like, I don't know where you get this. I don't even know if she was a pro-black or whatever. I don't know what the hell she was. But we go in there. In my life. Yeah, you're right, VL Jones. Second date. I go in there. They got a little stage. And like people would snap like this, like some cat daddy bullshit. Like, what was it? Like Cool Like That, Diggable Planets. Like, I don't know what the fuck it was, but they would snap. I was like, okay. So I'm not snapping because I don't know what the fuck that means. So they called her up to the stage and her name is Mystique something. It was a sexy name, but it didn't fit her. I was like, why would you call yourself that? You look crazy. So they come up and she's snapping and she go up there. She says on the mic, yo, this poem is dedicated to my man. He know who he is. And she pointed. I swear to God, when the hand went like that, all the heads was like, and I was like, and I was against the wall. So I was like, fuck, I was like, oh shit. I was looking good too. My shit was right. She get up there and she start talking. And all she was doing was talking. There was no rhyme or nothing. And come to find out, she one of the people they come in there. So, you know, I'm really looking stupid now. I'm thinking, because she's like, yo, you should see me do sparkling water. And she's up there and she's like, yes, the sea, the sand, the ocean, the breeze, the monkey, the ape, gorilla in the trees. I'm like, they're not even in trees. They're in the mist, like the movie Gorilla. They're on the ground. I'm like, what the fuck? And she's saying all this dumb shit. And she's moving her face. And she's moving it. And somebody's playing bongos in there. And she's not even going to the beat. She's going over here and then like it's a plant. She kicked the plant. I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? So anyway, she gets down. And while she's doing that, it's this one dude that keeps looking at me like, yeah, that's your girl. That's her. Yeah. You hitting that? That's what you doing? Because dudes do that to each other. Bro, what is you doing, man? Hey, you serious about that? That's you? That's what you do? Oh, shit. Listen. We got back home. I never called her again. I'm in the Cherry Hill Mall 5 months later. She got a cousin that's a crack head, she told me. Knucklehead, always going in and out of jail, but he's an old guy. So he still think he in prison. Me and my cousin in the mall. She's with him. All you hear is, yo, that's that dude right there. Yo, man. I guess she went and told the people I ghosted her or something. And the dude wanted to fight. In the out too. He like, I'm 50 years old. I know my limitations. You understand what I'm saying? This guy was older than me. And he like, yo. Walking over. I'm like, dude, come on. I'm like, I'm not going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like I'm standing there and she's standing behind. I'm like, yeah. You disrespect my cousin and all this stuff. Anyway, it was security there. They broke it up, but I didn't like that. And I was like, you know, it was a valuable lesson in that. When you go out with people, guys, man, take your time because what it's going to be is going to be. Because your ultimate goal is to be with this person for a long time. So it ain't never no need to rush nothing. You know what I mean? That's the story I want to tell y'all. Now I got another story. We're going to run this another 30 minutes. Do y'all got time? Y'all got time? Y'all want another story? Yeah, you're right. At least she ain't bombing on him. She ain't bombing on him. Y'all want another story real quick? Hit me up and tell me if you want another story, because this one's crazy. Because, I mean, I ain't been on here for a while. I'll give y'all another 35 minutes. Okay, y'all want another? But this one right here is it's crazy. It's funny and scary at the same time. And I don't know if there's any dudes in here, if y'all can attest to what I'm saying. Listen, we're going to call this one MisFaken Identity. Not mistaken, MisFaken, like fake. Okay. I'm in high school. I lost my virginity to this girl named Pam. I was 16 when I lost my virginity. Pam was 18, right? Pam was 4'11", right? And she was bow-legged, and she looked almost like, I never seen a person look like this. She looked like she had straight black Asian hair. She was like my complexion right here, with straight black Asian hair. She had a little whip, like a little V, I can say widow's peak, but it was cute on her. She had a little pea head. It worked. Ponytail that ran all the way down her back. She had straight black Asian hair. I mean, jet black hair, right? She had a nice little body, and like, you know, some girls are overdeveloped. She had breasts like they just sat out. I'm not a breast person like that, but they just sat out. So, you know, a lot of guys wanted her. So I'm like, damn, she want me. You know, remember I told you, guys, when a lot of guys want the girl and she wants you, you feel like you the stuff. So only thing about her was she was in special ed class. I didn't know because I so big, we was never on the same side of the building. So she was one of them special ed class people. They had them in the bottom of the school. So I would go down there for auto mechanics class, right? And she would be in the class across. And that's where I met her, because I would be standing outside the door before class, and she would be out there, and I would just clown with her. And all of a sudden, last day of school, she's like, give me your number. And we talked over the summer, and then I wound up messing with her. But anyway, I'm thinking she in a trade school over there. One day, somebody like, yo, man, now me and her messing around. She good looking and stuff, and she had green eyes. That's another thing. I ain't never seen her brown skin with like these jade looking eyes. She was from Trinidad. You know, I thought she was a black chick, but she was from Trinidad. So listen, she had an accent and everything. So she was like the sexiest thing I ever seen. She was unique. So next thing you know, right? Listen, I'm trying to fix the video. It's freezing because I don't know if I'm moving too fast. but I'm taking a quick time out. But I see it freezing, guys. It's nothing I can do with it. But check it out. Next thing you know, right? I'll try to talk a little slower. Come back stuck from the summer. Me and her wind up messing around. I wound up having sex with her 2 or 3 times. That's it. I'm in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I see it freezing up. I'm in love. And everybody wants her now that they see her with me, because I was a funny kid in school, but I was a quiet kid too. And now she didn't put a spell on me. And next thing you know, somebody says to me, and then he just blew my whole shit. We was, kids crack on each other. I'm very good at cracking on people. So we going back and forth, cracking on each other, and I'm eating him alive in the cafeteria. He said, that's why your girl is in the little bus class. I said, what you talking? I'm like, oh, I'm like, that's corny, bro. That's not even funny. Yes, she is. I could prove it to you right now. Me like a dummy. I'm like, prove it right now. We all got up. We went downstairs. Her class was the first class down from the cafeteria. So we just snuck out because the teacher's over there. He said, look in there, tell me what you see. I looked in there, they were coloring. They had little chairs like preschoolers. I'm so stupid. I'm like, yo, they only got them cheeks short. Everybody laughed like, you stupid, Steve. It never kicked. And then I saw a Tonka truck in the corner with some child books. I'm like, what? What's wrong with this? So I just left her alone because of peer pressure. I just I couldn't mess with her. And I felt bad about that. But anyway, listen, time passes. I graduate. She's out of school 2 years before me. So I graduate. I'm living my life in Camden, New Jersey. I got me a little car now. I went to college. My first year in college, I come back for the summer. I got my little car. I got the Beats in it, got rims on it. The typical stupid stuff. Else, I passed the bus stop. I hear somebody say, Steve, is that Steve? I look, it's Pam. Now she a grown up. She look good. And when I say good, she look good. She like, yo, can you give me a ride? And she had another friend I went to school with. All right, so I'm like, okay, yeah. So I dropped the friend off. She like, I live over here. And I forgot them apartments. But it was like hood apartments, but they was behind Camden High School. If anybody know the area in Camden, New Jersey, Camden High School, that area over there used to be rough. And I remember them apartments. People used to get killed in them apartments. I'm like, you live over here? So she like, yeah. I said, I ain't messing with them apartments because we already knew not to go up in there. She like, ain't nobody gonna bother you over here. That's just a myth. That's on the other side. They hit you with that. Oh, it's on the other side. That's not over here. It's the good side. Yeah. Me, I'm hungry. Saying, I get out the car. I go in the house, right? Now, she done had a baby already. Now, when I go in the house, I don't see the baby. But she has a baby. She said the baby's at daycare. She was coming from some class or something, CNA class. That's when it started blowing up. CNA class. Now, this story's in the 90s now. This is like 94. So anyway, we get to the house, right? And she don't really have a lot of stuff. And I'm like, damn, God, I still live with my parents. I'm in school. I come home with my parents. I'm like, damn, you ain't got shit in your house. She's working and stuff and making it the best way she can. So, I'm looking at it like, damn, why you ain't got, I don't know how it is to be out on my own yet. So I'm looking, I'm like, you got a couple of children's toys, you got a raggedy couch. I'm not saying it to her, but I'm looking around like, damn, what's she doing bad? But I don't care about that. I'm just trying to smash. You know what I'm saying? Pick up where we left off. So she like, man, you look good. I'm like, yeah, you look good too, and this and that. And I sit there and talk to her for a while. There's all these construction tools in there, in the corner. And I'm like, what are these? Whose tools are these? Oh, they my son's father's tools. I ain't with him no more. I brought him them tools, and then I took them back when we broke up. See, I didn't know that then. I'm like, okay, all stupid and shit. So I'm like, damn, she got her own crib. I don't have to sneak around. I can't take girls to my house. I'm like, damn, that's a come up. I could come over here, you know what I mean? Kickity way, legs moving up and down. Can't nobody say nothing. I'll be the man over here. Now she got my number, calling me all the time. But at nighttime, certain times of night, I would call, the phone would just ring. It would click, hang up. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Not thinking about it. So for a month, I'm banging this chick out, right? The way the apartment was, it was 3 levels. No, it was 2 levels. I'm sorry. No. It was 3 levels. And I don't know if you know how, like in Jersey, like they're like New York apartments where when you go up the steps, it's very narrow. You go up the steps, it'll be an apartment here, an apartment here, an apartment there, one there. While you're going around the turnstile, it's 4 apartments. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go up the stairs and it'll be another 4. The last time I was over her house, something was wrong. It was a meat cleaver on the wall with blood on it. It looked like it had blood on it. And it had some voodoo writing on it. And it was like in graffiti. And it had blood. I'm like, what is that? She's like, oh, that's my ex-boyfriend. Some stupid stuff. He be wanting to be a tough guy. I'm like, oh, okay. As I'm over there, guys, I see this picture that's like on a like somebody took it down and pushed it somewhere real quick and hid it. It wouldn't be in a place where you would store a picture. I pulled the picture out. It's some dude in Jamaica, right? In the middle. I don't know if he was in the sugarcane field or what, but this motherfucker looked like he just came right out the bush. He had dreads and he stood up. He was like, ah, this motherfucker looked like he had tennis balls all over his body. Big as hell. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And he was an older guy. And I'm like, who the fuck? When I seen the picture, I got scared. Here I am, a 20-year-old kid. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Oh, that's I'm gonna say his name. Oh, that's him. My baby dad. In my head, I said, and if this man feel the way I feel about her, because I didn't know she was still with him, I was like, why is this stuff there? And then it started clicking. I'm like, yo, I'm not coming over here no more. Because if a dude looked like that, because she was like, he sold drugs, he went to jail and stuff. I said, okay, if a dude was selling drugs in these apartments, he got people around here that was working for him. Because that's a boss dude, you can tell the way he was acting. Then he had another thing. He had it was a mess. Listen, I'm keeping it real. I'm scared as fuck. Time passes. Now it's like the middle of winter. I met this motherfucker in summertime. I left her alone after like 5 or 6 times going over there after over a month. And I seen that dude. I'm like, I'm not messing with that. One day I get a call. Oh, can you come get me? Oh, the baby. Now she got a kids with her. She had a little boy and a little girl. Both of them by this dude. She in town at a shelter, and I come there. Her eye is jacked up. I mean, it's black. Her mouth is busted, and she's tiny. I said, who did that to you? Who did that to you? He beat me up. I said, why? I don't know. He's like, he got drunk and he just beat me up. I can't go there. Can I go home with you? Now, my family knows her. So now, my grandma, which is a nice woman, man. My grandma was like, yo, that's Pam? She got babies outside? I said, yeah. Because I was like, yo, can I take her to a hotel or something? My mom was like, my grandma was like, no, hell no. How them babies? Bring her on in here. Come in there. My granddad wasn't too happy though. And she stayed for like 2 or 3 days. I'm glad she left. Them babies crying. You know, I couldn't take that shit. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to be a parent. So anyway, right? All of a sudden, I take her home. Now I take her home one day. When I take her home, the baby's part of the baby's toys or something was in the car, and it was a blanket. I forget. We in a snowstorm now. I zoom over there 2 days later, right? When I go over there to drop off this stuff with the baby, it's me, my cousin Troy, and my friend Kevin. We was just in the car. So when I go over there, I walk through the snow. The snow was like this deep, so I'm walking through the snow. Now this is about the time when, I don't know if y'all remember the goose coats. They was killing people over them big, long trench coats with the fur around the neck. I had a red one, and it ran all the way down, like it was a full length, and it had the brown fur up here. I had the skull cap on. It was thick. It was cold out there. I get to the house. When I open the door, because she stayed on the 2nd floor. When I open the door and start going up the steps, I look up and I see me and the guy lock eyes. It's him and another guy with him. I see him, and he looks at me, and I look at him. Now, I know he ain't never seen me, but like the way I looked at him and I jumped, he thought something was up. So he looked at me, and I looked at him. Now, he was taller than me up on steps. So I said, what's up? And I just walked by him. Instead of knocking on that first door where she at, I walked up the steps and went all the way up. And I didn't think nothing of it. He was like, when I said what's up, he didn't say nothing. As I was going up the steps, I peripheral and looked. He was looking at me like, with his man. I seen him tap his man, right? So I didn't think nothing of it, but I mean, I thought something of it, but I'm like, he don't know me, so it ain't nothing. I go upstairs and I don't knock on the door of a random door. I knock on like the it's like a window up there. I knock on that. Then I sit there for a little bit and I see him come around the corner with the dude. And the dude was big. So he had a Jamaican accent. And it was a strong Jamaican accent, like he wasn't from here. And no, I'm not gonna do the accent. He was like, yo, wait. What's the deal? Where from? Who you looking for? I said, Marcus. He's like, ain't no Marcus living up there. I run this building. What's up? I said, bro, I just came to talk to Marcus. Now, I need stuff under my jacket. I'm saying to myself, sheesh. And I'm looking at both these dudes. I'm like, if I can get past them and run outside, my people's in the car, they'll help me. Bro, I was like 140 pounds at the time, 30 at the most. I was little, I was a young kid, I was small. I'm so fucking stupid. He walks back downstairs. Well, no, they let me walk past him. I walked to the car. I said, yo, the dude in there. But when I come downstairs, it's footprints. I'm thinking they left. Because when I came outside, I seen the big dude, because I waited a little bit, I seen the big dude go around the corner. So I'm like, oh, he was with his man anyway, they was leaving. So I thought they left. Like right back around, I go knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. When I knock on the door, right? I knock on the door cracks. And I see her just pop like, and she's like, yes. Like she don't know me. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Yes. What's the matter? So I'm like, you left something in the car. She like, and she's looking down and I'm like, yo, you okay? The door opens up. My man pokes up and he's taller than her. She's 4'11", but he's taller than her, but he's not that tall. He's like 5'2". But this motherfucker had his jacket on. Now I remember what he looked like in that picture. I don't want no parts of that. And I'm keeping it dead honest. That motherfucker was built like stone. I'm like, yo, this one of them jungle dudes. I don't want none of that. Listen, this motherfucker, I didn't know he was a crackhead. He was a crackhead. I didn't know he was just a regular dude. He like, how you know her? And he looking at her like, how he know you? Now he said, you know him? And I looked at her. She did like this. You don't know me? You don't know me? And I just started going off. Like, I ain't just fucked you the other day. I don't know why I did that. That dude took a hanger and he started undoing the hanger. Now I'm hot, right? And I know he's by himself because I can look in the little tiny apartment and he's little. And I'm like, if he tried to grab me, I'm gonna just run down the steps and get outside and then I'll fight with him then. Niggas see I'm out there. They're gonna be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I said, my man, you hit me with that iron. I said, you hit me with that, because he's like, yo, answer the question. Like, I don't like men talk to me like I'm some child, like I'm supposed to be scared. I'm like, hey, you hit me with that hanger, I'm gonna kill you up in here. You know, I'm just talking. That motherfucker swung that hanger. He swung it fast too. It hit my jacket. I didn't feel anything. So when it hit my jacket, I moved in like the inside of the door where the hinge is. I bumped into it. When I bumped into it, he snatched me. She was in the way, so I bumped into her. Me, her, and him fall on the floor. This dude's punching me. I feel it, but I'm wrestling with him, but I'm throwing him like it's nothing. And I'm like, he's supposed to be stronger than this. I mean, it hurts when he hits. I'm like, why he's not punching me in the face? He was on time. I'm like, why he not punching me in the face? So all of a sudden, I'm like, he's a crackhead because I could smell like cigarettes and stuff. I'm like, this dude's a smoker. I jumped up. Now I knew I had him. I jumped up and snatched this dude and threw him over the bar like it was nothing. You know, I'm a young dude. This guy's in his late 30s. I just grabbed him. Boom. Nigga flew over the bar like in the cowboy movies. All you heard was Bumba Claude. He went over the top. He went over the top of the thing. She started screaming. Ain't gonna get in front of me. Steve, no, don't kill him. Loud as hell. I said, shut the fuck up. I mugged her and pushed her. You remember them things? I mean, you got to be older to remember this. Remember the things where, what were they called? Hoppity hops, hoppity horses. It was a red one with a ring on it, and you could sit on it and hop. And then they had it was one that was shaped like a horse. They had a horse's head on it. They were like blow-ups. And you could hop on them, right? She had the one that was red with the ring on it. When I mugged her, She flew and hit it and slid and hit the wall like. I go around the corner, he grabbed the cleaver. But the way I ran around the corner, I was too close. So when he swung it instinctively, I just fell against it. And he hit me like 3 or 4 times. He never cut through that thick coat. Thank God for that coat, man. But anyway, when he grabbed the cleaver, I backed up. When I backed up, instead of him advancing, because he seen how strong I was to be a kid, he's screaming at me and pop. I don't know what the fuck he's saying. I'm arguing at him. He got a cleaver. We just start throwing everything in the house at each other, but we keep our distance. That was the weirdest thing. I didn't even know I was doing it. He didn't know he was doing it. He could have came and hit me again. I'm arguing with him throwing shit. He arguing with me. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you saying, but fuck you. He's like, fuck you. And we going back and forth. It was the strangest thing. I run outside. When I run outside, I see his boy coming. And I see the boy whistle. I swear to God, a million Zulus came out of nowhere. I jump in the car. We're driving off. They're letting off rounds. I've never been shot at this time. Doot, 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 doot. I said, are they shooting? My cousin like, yeah. We like, yo, we gangsters. Hell, we started slapping hands. They're shooting rounds at us. We can hear the guns. We so stupid. As kids, we dumb. So we wound up getting out of there. But I mean, I thought the dude was bigger than he was. And I thought he was stronger than he was. That was some MisFaken identity right there. But that's the story, bro. I barely survived that. After that, I learned my lesson. Do not go to no girl house and you don't know the area and you don't know the girl like that. I mean, I knew her, but I got a baby dad. Hell no, I won't be there. Because, you know, a girl would be, a girl, you know, say, hey, I ain't with him. And then you go over there and she might not be with him. But when the guy see you and if the kid is there, it's like a mama bear and a cub. He going to attack you immediately because they're going to feel a certain way that you're around their kid. And a lot of times women, a kid and dare him to say something, you know. But man, listen, I escaped with my life. When I threw him over that thing, the sense of masculinity and power that I had, like, oh yeah, I got you. You can't hang with me. I went around that corner. That motherfucker had that meat cleaver. He was trying to make curry goat out of my ass. And he hit me 3 times and it never cut my jacket. I was like, man, thank God. That was a $300 coat. I was like, damn, that shit saved my life. But 3 weeks later, I got robbed at gunpoint for it. So it still served its purpose. It was money well spent to me. But yeah, man, that was the story, man. That was definitely the story. And like I learned a lot from that. I tell my kids, hey, man, make sure you have your own stuff. And make sure you don't have no crazy people, no one-eyed genies and all this other stuff coming over there stealing the crab legs out your buffet and all. Listen, guys, man, I got a lot of stories on here. And I mean, we'll talk about them sometime. But listen, I forgot to add something earlier. Stock Market Steve video the Stock Market Steve channel, like I said, I'll be starting it tomorrow. But I don't want you guys to subscribe to it yet because I'm going to work on the banner and stuff. And I want it to be really nice to where I can start uploading videos from. Now, I'll only be in this apartment, you know, until July or June. I think my lease runs out June. And I'll have a bigger studio and like this whole thing will progress. So I just need you guys to stick with me for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to get off of here tonight, guys. But listen, I hope you guys had a good time. Man, I'm just happy to be back and be amongst family. And I'll see you guys in the next video. But tomorrow I'm going to load up some videos. They're going to be a little old, 3 or 4 days old, but I'm trying to catch up from where I am. But listen, guys, as always, I love you. I respect you. You guys know that. Saturday nights, you guys are here with me. That means a lot. I'm just happy to be back on here. A lot of you guys had sent me some very heartwarming comments, you know, keeping my head up and stuff amid this tragedy of getting my shit tore up. But like y'all notice in the back, my Stock Market Steve thing ain't there. They tore my shit up, threw it in the trash. I said, what you do? Sit on the toilet and take a shit when you broke my stuff? What the fuck? But anyway, listen, guys. I love you as always. Like, why am I saying that? I always do that on here. Why am I doing that? Y'all know what it is. But listen, you're going to have somebody come in there and kill you or steal your crab legs. Y'all be good. I love you. Take care. Bye.